After 3 days of rest and partly recovery from our corona infection, we decided to travel on. Fort Augustus is at the upper end of Loch Ness, so nearly the whole journey led us along the shores of this world-famous loch. At Lochend, we entered again the Caledonian Canal and soon reached our goal, Dochgarroch. Here we had electrical power and I could do my provisionary repair work on the railing. I got the necessary hardwood at Inverness. This is a video of my series Adventures with my Trawler Yacht Whitehorse, a Grand Banks 36. First, a short overview of this episode. We left Fort Augustus in the late morning and travelled along the shores of Loch Ness. It was raining and cold. We enjoyed the view of the villages and some old buildings. After about 4 hours we entered the canal again and moored at the pontoon bridge at Dochgarroch. I could order hardwood and do my repairs the next day. This day's route was mainly on Loch Ness and just a tiny bit on the Caledonian Canal to the pontoon bridge Dochgarroch. The distance was approximately 38 kilometers and it took us 4.5 hours to cover. We got a good place at the lower end of the pontoon. We both were still ill with corona when we left Fort Augustus, but having no electrical power and the boat getting colder by the day, we decided to move on and find a better place. We left at 10:30 in the morning into a cold and rainy trip. Loch Ness is about 36 kilometers long and its deepest point is about 230 meters. Thus, it is the largest freshwater body from its volume in Great Britain. It contains more water than all the lakes in England and Wales combined. The surface of Loch Ness is 16 meters above normalized sea level. There are several villages along the loch. We enjoyed the tour as good as possible and had also a lookout for the world-famous Nessie, the legendary creature of all times living in these waters. But apart from some dark shadows on the surface, Nessie kept its secrets. Did you like my video so far? Then I would be grateful for you subscribing free of charge to my YouTube channel to help me finance my work. Thank you. At the lower end lies Lochend, where the waters of the river Ness start, which is also part of the Caledonian Canal. We had contacted the local canal staff and were assigned a berth at the end of the very long pontoon bridge. At Dochgarroch, I took the opportunity to take a video of the underwater part of my boat. I wanted to check whether I had any damages on the hull after the crash in the Caledonian Canal. I was happy to see that everything was okay, apart perhaps from some scratches. After having settled down, we got to know a very friendly Scotchman working on his boat. He saw that I was in need of help to get hardwood for the repair of my railings, and drove me to Inverness and back in order to buy the necessary wood and screws and tools. I was very grateful for this kind service. This trip and the repair works were important, as we would come into possibly rough sea again during the next journey along the eastern coast of the Scottish Highlands. The next day we could rest until the wood arrived, which was around 10 a.m. It was delivered right to the side of our boat and according to the ordered pieces. So I could soon start with measuring, cutting, sewing and screwing all together. It was not perfect, but it was stable enough to grant safe passage along the deck. I was glad, having bought all necessary electrical and other tools that I needed for this repair already before we left France. In the next episode, we'll travel from Dochgarroch to Inverness and then onwards along the east coast of the Scottish Highlands. If you liked this episode, please consider to subscribe free of charge to my YouTube channel using your Gmail account, and don't forget to press the like button. Thank you in advance for your support. I'm looking forward to you being my guest on my next episode. Until then, goodbye.